Right after Lewis Hamilton upped his contract with Mercedes by over $200 million, he went on to get some really crazy cars for himself. Believe me, you'll be shocked by some of the cars on this list. Making number 1 on our list is Hamilton's LaFerrari, the one Ferrari vehicle that went well with his racing status than peanut butter and bread. This particular car made appearances in some of his causal activities, including when he met with Justin Bieber for a ride in Los Angeles. Upped by a 6.3-liter V12 plus 2 heavy-duty electric motors, this hybrid does some really wonderful numbers, including owning a 950 horsepower and 664 pound-feet output, 0 to 60 speed in a mere 2.4 seconds, and a top speed eating 220 for breakfast. It also runs on a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, and if you add Hamilton's F1 skills to it all, gear changes could be a simple drive around the park. On the outside, Ferrari definitely burned the midnight candle for this car. Designed by Flavio Manzoni, they gave the LaFerrari a really sleek body with carbon fiber elements that reduced its weight. Hamilton personally added his own style, changing the seats to that of an F1 vehicle, finishing the body with a unique paint that shifts in different lights, and adding more carbon fiber to the fenders. He also has the steering wheel customized and a few buttons readjusted, so he still got that handle like his F1 car. On tech, there were a few wonders. The LaFerrari runs on a one-of-a-kind wild infotainment tab featuring a high-reso touchscreen linked to your smartphone and blast music on a Harman Kardon sound system. Considering the car was kinda built to handle like a rideable jet, the dashboard was given screens that provided real-time info about engine performance, navigation, and all system status. It also worked with real-time telemetry and GPS. Hamilton snuck this car off for something around $1.5 to $1.7 million, though the actual price is just $1.4 million bucks. Yep, it's not some car you can just find parked in a junkyard. Actually, to get the LaFerrari, Hamilton had to visit Ferrari's sales department itself. At least that's what everyone says. Before we go on, please give us a like and hit the subscribe button. Also comment on the celebrity's garage you want us to do next. Sliding in at number 2 is Hamilton's Mercedes-AMG 1, one of the earliest Mercedes he got, and also the same Mercedes he drove to the 2017 International Motor Show Germany. This was actually the very first time the car came public, right after Mercedes-Benz and Hamilton shook hands on producing it together. With a price set at $2.7 million, Hamilton got $5.4 million worth of the AMG 1. Yep, one for himself and another for his father. Now that's the kind of twinning we want to see on social media. With only 275 units produced, the AMG 1 represents more than a car. It's a limited edition masterpiece that captures Hamilton's racing legacy. The production team gave this bad boy a 1,063 horsepower punch from its 1.6-liter V6 engine, which was actually provided by Hamilton's Formula One racing car. Running it from 0 to 62 miles per hour takes just around 2.9 seconds, with a top speed clinging for 219 miles per hour. The team also chipped in a turbo combustion system, worked over with 4 electric motors that lent it a massive 738 pound-feet of torque, numbers not so easy for car makers like McLaren or Ferrari. After helping with the debut, Hamilton was given his own AMG 1, and believe me when I say he didn't take so long before he customized it. The exterior normally has a carbon fiber body that includes adaptive spoilers and lightweight panels for a bit of air resistance. Inside, the cabin has bucket seats the type you'll see in an F1 race car, especially with the custom-fitted carbon fiber shells Hamilton added. Of course, gotta have it painted in his signature gray, black, and red. The AMG 1 has some serious tech though, including a wraparound digital cockpit with multiple high-reso touchscreens, smartphone connectivity, and a state-of-the-art Burmester 3D sound system. Driver assists that were chipped in included warning signs that could tell you if you're about to crash, controls that easily understood you wanted to cruise easily, and a heads-up display that projected the car's performance details directly onto the windshield. Only 275 AMG 1s were ever made, so you might have to bid a very high amount if you want to get one at an auction. Say $8 million maybe. Let's go old school a bit, and I mean like 1960s school. Lewis Hamilton got his 1966 Shelby Cobra at a Los Angeles classic car auction, making it the very first American muscle car he ever bought. Yeah, he's got at least 2 vintage muscle cars. We're not even going to try comparing this one to his F1 cars, so let's just see the facts. Cooking crazily is the Cobra's 7-liter V8 producing just 425 horsepower and 480 pounds-feet of torque. Not too bad for a muscle car classic. A little pushback would be its 4-speed transmission, though it does manage to do a healthy 160 miles an hour top speed and race from 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds. Why this Cobra was an eye-catcher for Hamilton is that it is a 2-door convertible with lines painted in racing silver. It even includes wide fenders and wire-spoke wheels that looked very similar to sport cars used in the 1960s. He has it customized with a deep navy interior and racing stripes that kinda honored his Formula One career. The tech features of the Cobra weren't exactly spicy, but they managed to be reasonable. There was a hidden Bluetooth sound system and discrete touch-screen navigation synced with the original dashboard of the car. Still, this car is priced at $5.2 million, which is surprisingly 3 times as expensive as his LaFerrari and twice as expensive as his Mercedes-AMG 1. For car number 4, let's talk about Hamilton's second AMG, the Mercedes-AMG SLS Black. To be honest, the AMG series has always been wonderful, including cars like the AMG 1, AMG GT Black Series, and the GT 4-door coupe. Let's just not add the SLKR 170s. They were a little lame. Anyway, the SLS Black runs on a huge 6.2-liter V8 engine that produces around 620 horsepower and 479 pounds-feet of torque, rocking the speedometer at a hard 196 miles per hour and doing a 0 to 60 acceleration in just 3.2 seconds. Besides the front splitter and massive rear wing, we all expected Hamilton to run a few personal touches on this one, so he gave it an exterior with a matte black paint, carbon fiber stylings, and interior detailing that made it feel like home. Sound is handled by a classic Bang & Olufsen sound system operated from a 10.2-inch high-reso touchscreen. And for driver assistance features, there's the usual adaptive cruise control, an automatic assist feature to help you maintain a lane, and a camera system that kind of gives you the 360-degree turnable view of an owl. So what's the price? Well, you might get this car for around $600,000 to $620,000 today, which is almost 3 times the original price of the car when it was first rolled out. Another old-school American wheelie in Lewis Hamilton's garage is his Ford Mustang Shelby, drawn off from the legendary Eleanor Mustang featured in Gone in 60 Seconds. Since we compare this one to any regular hypercar or race car, let's just see how it stands with the Shelby Cobra 427. While the Cobra uses a 7-liter V8 that produces 425 horsepower, the Shelby GT 500 uses a similar 7-liter V8, only that this one produces a much lower 360 horsepower and just 420 pound-feet of torque compared to the 480 from the Cobra. While both use a 4-speed manual, the Cobra does 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds, which is relatively faster than the Mustang's 6.5-second acceleration. Oh, and of course, its 140 miles per hour top speed is not that close to the Cobra's 160. But heck, Hamilton doesn't mind. He actually commissioned a full custom rebuild on this Mustang, adding a couple of modern upgrades. The customization process also included the metallic silver paint job and racing stripes it got, as well as the custom leather interior that brought its insides back to life. A modern sound system, Bluetooth, and more digital gauges were also added. To think that Hamilton bought this 1960 car at the same $1.4 million he got his AMG 1 is actually really sick. Collector's magic? Maybe. I personally believe Ford's madness while making cars also adds to the deal. Now let's talk about Lewis Hamilton's Big Daddy vehicle, the 6x6 Mercedes-AMG G63. Yep, Lewis Hamilton actually decided to step away from his usual lineup of low sport cars and actually go for a vehicle that looks like prime WWE's Brock Lesnar. Or maybe Triple H. To think about it, the G63 is the one car that doesn't exactly need to be introduced by anyone. It really does blow its alarm itself. Like, come on. How does a 4-liter V8 biturbo engine fit into it? Anyway, this engine eases the wheels with 577 horsepower and 627 pounds-feet of torque, running up to 60 miles per hour in just 4.5 seconds and owning an electronically limited top speed of 137 miles per hour. And while this car isn't as fast as the LaFerrari or the AMG 1, it does run on a crazy 9-speed transmission. Super smooth for Hamilton. Tech-wise, it's a mechanical marvel. Its MBUX system runs on a dual 12.3-inch digital display with augmented reality navigation, and a system that allows you control the car with your voice alone. There's also the Burmester 3D sound system that comes with 15 speakers. And for safety tech, we should include its active brake assist, adaptive cruise control, and 360-degree cameras. While we don't exactly know the customizations Hamilton had on this car, his own model plus his add-ons is priced at $500,000. While the car was initially valued at $120,000, it is now worth between $150,000 to $250,000. Let's seal the deal with Lewis Hamilton's most beautiful ride, at least to us, the McLaren P1. This car is actually called as the spiritual successor of the McLaren F1, another McLaren Hamilton owned. This mid-engine rear-wheel drive was actually drawn off from a sailfish designer Frank Stevenson saw on holidays in Miami. I guess fishes make for the best car designs. For the engine, McLaren fitted this one with a hybrid 3.8-liter twin-turbo V8 added onto an electric motor. Together, they throw up 903 horsepower and 664 pounds-feet of torque. Doing a max speed of 217, it might actually be the second fastest McLaren Hamilton owns, easing up to 60 in just 2.7 seconds. A record breaker. Gotta add that this car's top speed was actually electronically limited. Just think about if we remove its limit. When I said this car was the most beautiful car he owns, I wasn't kidding. When Hamilton was given the choice of choosing what color he wanted the car to be, he opted for a metallic gray finish, the one color that makes McLaren really sick. Its interior was also designed with racing in mind, especially with the carbon fiber trims, Alcantara surfaces, and custom racing harnesses. Advanced tech features of this car includes a digital instrument box with a high-resolution touchscreen packed with custom McLaren telemetry displays. Today, the P1 is priced at approximately $1.42 million, so you might guess that Hamilton's is worth around, say, $1.6 million. Just for comparison, he got his McLaren F1 at an auction price of $15.6 million. If you like this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so we can update you on all our upcoming content. Also, comment what celebrity car collection you want us to do next. We'll catch you in the next one.